We're going to start with recapping some base R and Dplyr functions that you may have already come across. Dplyr is part of the tidyverse, so I'm loading that along with the NHSR datasets package, which includes the data we're going to use. To run multiple lines of code, in the source pane we can select the rows that we want and press Ctrl and Enter. Next we load some data for attendances at A&E, accident and emergency. To run a single line of code, we can position the cursor anywhere in the line and use Ctrl and Enter. In the environment pane in the top right corner, by clicking the blue arrow, we can see the structure of the data frame. Over 12,000 rows of 6 columns, and it also tells us the data type of those columns. We can also click on the symbol on the right, which opens the data frame in the source pane. We can also click on the symbol on the right, which opens the data frame in a tab in the source pane. To get the names of columns in a data frame, we can either use the colNames or names function. Colnames works only with matrices and data frames, and names works only with vectors and data frames. Since we're working here with a data frame, both colnames and names give the same output. Using data frame name, $column name will return the content of that column. But especially when it's a long column, it can be more useful to just find the unique data items. Now we can see that there are 274 unique entries in that column. If you know the position of a specific entry you want to retrieve, you can use square brackets. For a range of entries, you can use a colon. Note at this point, if you're coming to R with knowledge of Python, R starts counting from 1, not 0. Range is a really useful function for working with numeric or character data, returning the maximum and minimum values. SDR function shows you the structure of the data frame, the same as you can see in the environment, but returns this as an output down in the console. The head and tail functions allow you to see a snippet of the data frame. By default, head returns the first 5 rows and tail the last 5 rows. By adding a number after the data source, we can change the default and return however many rows we'd like to see. Dplyr has a group of similar functions called slice_. Not only can you get a number of rows, you can also choose a proportion of your total data frame. If you want to control how the data frame is ordered, you can add order by. Here we're selecting the rows where attendance is in the highest 15%. There's lots more information on the various slice functions in the help file, which you can access by typing $slice in the console panel. And you'll see the help file appear over in the right-hand pane.